What does reconciliation mean? Do we even have a working definition of reconciliation? I think that is the first question that we need to be asking. Well, my name is Father Cristino Bouvette, and I am a Catholic priest for the Diocese of Calgary. Originally from Medicine Hat, so I was born and raised in this diocese. There's a long-standing principle, at least in the realm of logic and philosophy, that says that the first act of the intellect, the first thing that we do when we are attempting to be rational, is to define our terms. Well, the word reconciliation sounds nice, it has a nice connotation to it, but what do we mean by it? In its origins, etymologically speaking, the word cilius in the middle of that word reconciliation means eyelashes. It almost has the connotation of coming together, eyelash to eyelash, like looking someone in the eye, becoming one with them, truly being able to look into each other's eyes with a closeness that shows that whatever hostility may have existed between them has been dissolved or resolved. If we're not operating out of the same definition of reconciliation, if one person means one thing by it and another person means something else, then it becomes difficult for us to envision what will that path look like moving forward if we don't even know what we're trying to achieve together. And so I think it's of the essence that we first and foremost all try and come on to one page here with regard to what we mean by reconciliation in general. And if we can't get onto the same page there, then whatever we think we're doing and whatever other people are saying we're supposed to be doing are never going to be in alignment in the first place. I know what we mean when we say reconciliation, and what we mean is being absolutely firmly committed on our part to recognizing the wrong that has been done, desiring with sincerity to provide whatever restitution can be made, to there being a limit, of course, because we can't go back in time and change what has transpired. But we can be very committed to moving forward in a different direction in the future, and desiring to have our apology be received and embraced and accepted. But there is not such a thing as indigenous people. That's a characteristic, but these are individuals who have each suffered their own individual trauma, or would not say that they have suffered to the same extent that someone else has. So you can't have a reconciliation on behalf of an entire group of people. Who speaks on their behalf? Who declares that reconciliation has occurred? This needs to be a process that is engaged in with individuals, one-on-one, on an ongoing basis, where the sincerity, at least on the side of the Church, can be demonstrated, but then the openness and the desire to be receptive on the part of the one who has suffered also needs to be met. And no one can force that to happen. That's why we talk about reconciliation being a process, being a journey, being something that will take time, something that we must be committed to on an ongoing basis, and not some kind of a program or checklist of things that we have accomplished. This has been a really difficult year for me personally because of my identity as a Roman Catholic priest, but also a man of indigenous heritage. As my own kokum, my grandmother, spent 12 years in the residential school, and I know that it was a horrendous experience for her. It's painful for me every time I watch this be confronted. And so I do frequently feel myself pulled somehow, as if I'm meant to take a side. And the very fact that I feel that way, to me, is the sign that reconciliation is not what's happening there. Reconciliation is the bridging. And so if I want, and I do sincerely want, for there to be reconciliation, what I have come to see is that I must refuse to take a side or feel more like I'm on this side in this moment and on this side in that moment. That in every moment I have to have my feet firmly planted in both of these worlds, as I hope I can be, a beacon of hope, that my very life and ministry is a testament to the possibility of reconciliation. That these identities can be reconciled, which means they're reconcilable, and if they were reconcilable in me, I have great hope that they can be reconcilable for others. And so, as we anticipate a visit of the Pope to Canada, I do, of course, hope that it will be an occasion of truly advancing the efforts of reconciliation. But I would never say that I am now trying to figure out whose side I should be on in such a setting. I would see myself happily and firmly planted in them both.